you are wishing to know more about fishing, you don't need a book, just come and see the Hook and the Cook. If you are looking to know more about cooking, you know where to look, just come and see the Hook and the Cook. Scotty will hook 'em, and Paul he will cook 'em.
They like to travel and learn new stuff.
Come and see the Hook and the Cook.
Traditionally known as Darebin, the Hawkesbury River received its current name from Governor Phillip in 1789. It's primarily fed by the Nepean River, which begins 80 kilometres south of Sydney and winds all the way around the Sydney Basin, picking up rivers and creeks until eventually flowing into the sea at Broken Bay.
Well, we've just arrived at Brooklyn on the banks of the Hawkesbury River. It's one of New South Wales' largest waterways. We're here for a couple of days and the best way to explore it is by houseboat. We brought the kids along this time. I don't know if that's a great idea, but I tell you what, we're going to have a lot of fun.
Before we head out, Dave from Holidays Afloat gets us better acquainted with the boat's features and makes sure that we know what we're doing.
All right, you guys ready to get out on the water?
Yeah, all the kids are exploring the boat, so...
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll jump through a few safety things first. Yep. Mainly your gas, anchoring and your map, and we'll get you out there. Fire extinguisher safety equipment's in there. This power plug just charges the boat up while it's on the dock.
Better not drive off with that on.
Yeah, I don't have an extension cord long enough.
Even though Paul and I are experienced on the water, we're both new to this boat, so it's very important to get up to speed. With the induction over, it's time to hit the water.
Dave guides us safely through the boat harbour, with Scotty following closely behind. Well, it's time for Dave to head back to base, leaving the captaincy with me. Why does that make me feel a little nervous? What's the plan, Scott? What are we up to?
I'm going to take Lachlan and Brycey, head upriver to a spot called the Vines.
Yep.
Fantastic for bream, maybe a dewey.
All right, guys, good luck.
How about the front?
There's a number of bridges that span the Hawkesbury. Pete's Ferry Bridge was built to replace the old ferry service that, along with the original railway bridge, connected Sydney to the Central Coast.
So Scotty and the boys have just headed over to the Vines to target a few bream. We're off to Jerusalem Bay and we're going to anchor up there tonight. So what I thought we would do is maybe throw a couple of lines in the back and we'll trawl for some tailor or salmon. What do you reckon, Nathan?
Yeah.
Yeah? Just in case them boys don't catch anything.
So boys, we're here at the Vines. Now I haven't actually fished here before, but I've done a little bit of research before we come up, and they reckon the Vines are really good for bream on most tides, run-in tide or run-out tide, and most of the year. So I think if we anchored up just back down here a little bit and fish back towards the old wreck behind us, we've got oyster racks all the way up through there, there's plenty of structure, I think we're in a good chance of getting a few.
There's a fair bit of run in the Hawkesbury, so we're using a number 5 ball sinker, running down to a small swivel, about a body length of trace and a size 1 hook.
Now it's a fairly long trace, but that'll give your bait a nice natural presentation. Cast him out and feather the line as it hits, and then just let the bait go down to the bottom. Now I've set the drag. You don't need to use a bait runner for this method. Just let the ball sinker hit the bottom. Check your drag. Yeah, I'm happy with that. There, Lachlan, that's your one. Brycey, I'll get yours set up. Got something, Bryce?
I don't know. It was pretty heavy.
Notice how the tide now, boys, is starting to run a little bit, and we're just starting to get a few bites. What do you got, Bryce? Oh, you got a catfish. Now, you got to be very careful of these guys. The spikes are poisonous. Okay, so don't just rush in and grab one. The top spike and the 2 side spikes. Grab yourselves a pair of pliers or a rag or something to get him out. Okay, and then we'll put him back in the water. We've just come right up in the shallows now, thinking that as the tide rises in over the flats here, around the ship in behind us, there's a lot of structure there, we might get a few nice bream moving into the shallows. Now go back, go. Lift and wind. Okay, good one, Bryce. Just keep your rod nice and high. Keep that curve in the rod. Okay, it's important to keep your rod up. Keep a nice tight line to the fish. Another catfish. Lift him up. There you go. Slightly bigger. All right, we know we're on Catfish Alley. In he goes. Back to the bottom. And I have a catfish. Okay, it's our third catfish for the day.
Up next, it's the one that got away.
Nice little dewy. Oh, unlucky, Brycey. We move on.
So far it's been catfish and more catfish. It's time to mix it up a little.
We've just pushed out wide from the old ship behind us here, and we're just working the soft plastics now. I've got the boys doing the same thing. So what we're doing is casting out and slowly working them across the bottom, and just short little flicks, dancing them up off the bottom into a hungry flathead. That looks like a nice Hawkesbury River prawn, or a small bait fish or something like that. So it's just a matter of working the plastic, allowing it to sink. A couple of flicks with the rod tip, pick up your slack, and then wait. Give it time to sink to the bottom. Same thing again, flick, flick. On here, let's just grab the plastic. I think it's probably a little flathead. Yeah, he looks all right. I'll just grab that net. There we have a nice dusky, caught on the silver fox squidgy. So I'm pretty sure your dad will be happy with that one.
Yep.
Nathan and I have made it to Jerusalem Bay. We've anchored up and got a couple of hours to kill before Scott and the boys get back. We've got our burley trail going. We'll get them nice and interested. Like, you know when you smell your Sunday roast and you go, that smells good. Oh, here we go. I've got two of them chasing it. What are they? Little Taylor. Little chopper Taylor. Oh, well, got this small Taylor. There's big ones.
Look at the teeth on them.
The choppers, that's why they call them Chopper Taylor. We'll throw him back.
Oh wait, I can see him.
Yeah, okay. Little yellowtail. Lift your rod up and walk backwards. There's a little yakka. Beautiful.
Does they taste good?
I'm not sure they taste good. We might have to eat him and find out because we haven't caught much today. You got one?
Yeah.
Geez, you're out fishing your dad today. Absolutely, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now let's pull him in. He's a bit bigger. He's 26 centimetres, right? He needs to be here to be legal. So they're getting bigger. You throw this fella back. Oh, here we go. That's good. Hey, they're starting to fire up a little bit.
Well, it's been a little quiet at the vines. We picked up a nice flathead, but couldn't find any bream. We're going to head down river and anchor up at the train bridge, which is known to attract the odd dewy.
Got any, Bryce? So what I'm doing is a slider rig.
Tie a swivel to a short piece of heavy line and attach a sinker to the other end. Then feed your main line through the swivel.
Right, now that gives you that sliding rig. So that we put the size hook on that we need. I'm using a 4/0 circle. Now I'm going to put a squid head on there. And what I do is I drop my lead over the side, hang onto the bait once the lead hits the bottom, and then I'll just throw my bait out. Yep, Lockie's on. Okay, here he comes, and it's another catfish. The Hawkesbury River catfish. We can't get away from him. Back he goes. Another fish, Brycey.
Maybe.
What's it feel like this time, mate?
Catfish, I reckon.
Catfish, you think?
Pretty heavy.
Another catty, number 5. Catfish number 5.
Feels a bit better than a
Yeah, wind into him.
catfish.
Ah, something different. A Hawkesbury River eel. Look at that little fella. We'll put him back in the water, eh? Slippery little sucker. And there he goes. You got one, Bryce?
Yeah, feels
Okay.
like it.
Take your time, mate. Looks like a better fish. Get your rod up a little higher for me. That's it. Good man. Well, this looks like a nice fish. Hopefully not another catfish. Could be a bigger catfish. Oh, yep. Nice little dewy. Oh! A little dewy, about so big. Maybe another one. Now, unlucky, Brycey. We move on.
Well, it's been an interesting day on the Hawkesbury. We've ended up with about 5 eels and about 10 catfish. We couldn't find the brim and we only bagged 1 flathead. So it looks like sausages for dinner tonight. We're heading back to the houseboat to meet up with Paul and Nathan. Everyone's keen to get a good night's sleep as we want to hit the water early tomorrow morning.
It's looking like a great day out there. I want you out of bed. Come on, we're going to go fishing.
What time is it?
6 o'clock. I'm going to take the small boat with Nathan and Bryce, and we're going to head out and have a shot at around Lion Island and see how we go over there. And hopefully, we're going to catch something. So let's go and do it, boys.
See you later, eh? I'll tidy up.
There's a bit of washing up there to do.
Yeah, thanks for that.
On the way out of Jerusalem Bay, we spot a school of salmon feeding on the surface. We don't waste any time in throwing some lures their way.
Oh, they're chasing that. Yep. Yep. Fish on. We're just at the bottom end of Jerusalem Bay, and it's a nice salmon. Tell you, it pays you to be on the water early. I've just brought the boat. Oh, he's gone. He's busted me off. You win some, you lose some. That salmon had taken that popper right down, and he's busted me off.
After losing that salmon, we decide to head to the mouth of the river, where there's some good rocky headlands near Lion Island. I really need to find some fish to give Paul something to work with.
Some of the special mix I made up last night, Nathan. Look at that. It's just bread, chook pellets, and some pilchard. The beauty of that is you can roll it into a little ball and just drop them over the side, and they sink fairly deep. Okay, over you go. And the reason we peel the baits, they're a nice soft bait then. Remember, you're only adding food to the burley trail. I got a fish on. Oh, he's a better one. Bring him in. That's a yellowtail, that one. Oh, that burley's starting to work, Bryce. Oh, I got a nice brim. Hawkesbury River brim. That's what we come for, boys, and we finally caught one. Look at that. That'll go well with our flathead, eh? Lovely little brim. You got one too? What's he got? You got a pike. I've got 3 different species on. We might need the net for this. Oh, he's a good fish. Lift him up.
Edible one?
Yeah, we'll hang on to that one. Look at that, Nathan. Smelly pike, we call these. You smell him. Whoa. Now, not a lot of people won't eat these, but pike are exceptionally good eating, would you believe? They smell, that's why people don't eat them. But if you rinse them underwater and wipe all the slime and the scale off, take 2 nice fillets off that fish, they are absolutely beautiful. Nice, white, delicate flesh. So give them a try. You'd be very surprised how good they do eat. Just run your hand over the body of the pike. All that slime and all that scale will come off and the smell goes with it. That's it, done. He's scaled. One of the easiest fish to scale.
We've just spotted some birds working a patch of water. We quickly scoot over there to see if we can get amongst some surface action.
Okay, we've moved ourselves to the mouth of the Hawkesbury River now, out the front of Lion Island. There's a bit of a northerly blowing. That's not too bad. Big school of salmon all around the boat. I'm hoping the boys can hook up. Should be a lot of fun. Oh, it's right. Oh, God, you hit the boat. That's good, they're feeding. You're on. Lift your rod up.
Yeah, I'm on.
Oh, double hook up on salmon. Oh, triple hook up on salmon.
Woo!
Hey.
The water's bubbling with fish action. The adrenaline's pumping. It's great fun.
Take your time, boys. Look at them under the boat. So I think the cook will be happy now.
Whoa.
I tell you what, light tackle and Australian salmon, you can't beat them. They are fantastic fun.
He's gigantic. Nice, Scotty. Dad, I swear mine's not coming up.
Woo! How was that, Nathan?
It's great.
Hey? Good job, mate, good job. We'll let this other fella go. Bryce has got a nice one on there. There he goes. Now, very important with salmon that we bleed the fish. So we'll bleed him and put him into a bucket of water. Nathan, can you get the net for him?
Every time, yeah, he's coming up now. Oh.
He's a big one.
Where is he? Oh, I got down there.
Take your time and head first. As soon as he comes around, now into the net.
Oh.
Good job.
Check that out.
Well done, Brycey. Beautiful Australian salmon. I tell you what, fish in the mouth of the Hawkesbury River has definitely paid off. Nice bream and a pike before, and Nathan and Bryce have got themselves a beautiful Australian salmon. I think it's time to head back to the houseboat and see what Paul can cook up for us.
Dad, we're on.
Well done, mate. Not losing straight in the net. There you go. Yeah, he's well over 30. He's 33. Well done, mate. We might eat. We might get a few more. Got some fish? Oh, good on ya. What do you get?
Salmon,
Salmon?
bream,
Yep.
and pike.
Pike. Well, we got a tailor anyway.
Good.
So we got enough for feed.
Excellent.
Up next, Nath gives Paul a hand in the kitchen.
It's been a relaxing morning on the houseboat, but the boys are getting hungry, so Nathan and I make a start on lunch. With all the great fish Scotty and the boys have hooked up, I'm going to make a family favourite, fish fingers. This is a simple little dish that is fun to do with the kids and tastes fantastic. First thing we need to do is coat our fish. We need some flour, an egg wash and some crushed cornflakes. The egg wash is the most important part as it binds all the ingredients together. Simply whisk 2 eggs and a little bit of milk. There you go, mate. Start whisking that up while I add the milk to it. A bit faster. That's the way. Bit of elbow grease going in there. Okay, a little bit of milk's going in. This is dead simple. Anyone can do this at home. The egg wash is ready. Now we can coat our fish. So we're going to have to pass them through the flour and the egg wash and then through the crumbs. Okay, like a little conveyor belt, and then I'll just go boom, boom, boom. All done. All right. So straight through there. That's the way, Nathan. Actually, I'm going to throw a little bit of parsley in here. Don't show the kids, but I do like to get a little bit of colour on my fish fingers once it's fried up. Okay, so straight in here, and as you can see, we push hard down, and they look just like little fish fingers, don't they? Yeah. Well, what we've got in here is some special breadcrumbs that we've made. Our cornflake cereal that we had this morning, and we've crushed them up, haven't we? Normally you'd use breadcrumbs. You could use breadcrumbs at home. Throw a little bit of lemon pepper in there, and that's fine. But we're using cornflakes today, just to get that real sort of orangey fish finger sort of look. So have you had a good time?
Yeah.
And what fish did you catch today?
I caught 1 salmon.
Yeah.
A pike.
A smelly pike.
Smelly pike.
Well, we're going to be eating that smelly pike today.
And a couple of other like small fish.
What's really unusual about them smelly pike is people think that you can't eat it, but it is actually beautiful. As Scott explained earlier, you just wash all the slime off them. That's the only thing that smells. The fillets are superb. But they make a great bait. I wonder why. You know why?
Because they stink?
No, because they taste good.
Oh.
Because they stink. All right, these are looking absolutely superb. Our fish fingers are ready to go. We add some oil to the preheated cooktop and place the fish fingers on the plate. Okay, away you go. Make sure they're flat and keep them all nice and neat. All right, you should be able to get most of them on there. And there's your little turner for you. While the fish fingers are cooking, we make the tartare sauce. It starts with a mayonnaise base. I want you to catch the yolk for me, okay? Not with your fingers, just let it go through. Beautiful, open your fingers up, don't lose the yolk. Straight in there, mate. That's it, just throw it in. Let's do the next one. Beautiful, we're making an egg yolk mayonnaise. And that's no yolk, get it? No yolk? Okay. Chef joke for you, sorry. To the yolks, I add a little bit of mustard, a splash of lemon juice and a touch of white wine vinegar, and whisk it all together. How you going there, Nate? Wow, look at that, they're looking good. So So Nathan, I might need your help here. You need to come over here and maybe just drizzle this into the bowl really slowly like that. Okay, you right? They're looking good those, aren't they?
Yeah.
There we go. And what can happen if we add the oil too quick, it can split on us. But the longer I whisk it for, the less chance of it splitting. As you can see, it's starting to come together now. And it looks really rich and yellow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
While I finish whisking in the oil for the tartare sauce, Nathan checks on the fish.
Is that one right, Dad?
That looks cool. Really, really good, mate. It's taken a little while, probably about 2 or 3 minutes, but there we got it. Beautiful, nice, thick, rich mayonnaise, Nathan. Nathan helps me finish off the tartare sauce by throwing in some chopped up gherkins and some capers. That's what makes it into a tartare sauce. Just throw the whole lot in, that's fine. Come on, let's get some flavour in there. Now we're going to throw some of that parsley in there as well. And I want you to put some salt and pepper in there. There we have it, tartare sauce, all ready to go. Beautiful fish fingers, cooked by my son Nathan. Well done, Nathan. Top job. What we need to do now is plate them up. Hawkesbury River fish fingers with homemade tartare sauce. Come on guys, get into it. Well done, mate.
Oh, we got a few and we cooked a few.
Yeah, we cooked a few.
Hey, looks really good, mate.
Thanks.
Well, we've had a couple of fantastic days on the Hawkesbury River. Exploring the area by houseboat is really something special.
Now, Nathan, you did a wonderful cook up with your dad. What was your favourite fish?
My favourite fish was the flathead.
Flathead?
Mine was the brim.
Brim? Pricey, what about you?
Pike.
Just like your old man, eh? I like the pike too. How about you, Paul?
Everything was good, mate. It was all good.
I'll tell you what, we've had a great time. Who would like to come again?
I'm lost.
Oh, Struth.
What's the John Dory? What are we doing?
John Dory.
Hey, what's the story? I might need more than water by the end of this trip.
Stop being a pair of pelicans.
All right. I mean, having a great time on the house. 50 cups of coffee.
I hear that.
What was that?
Lyrebird.
A lyrebird. You're not telling me any lies, are you?
No.